And we are live. How's it going, Don? How are you doing today?
It is going good, my friend. I know I do it. I'm always going the wrong way with these. um, Nice to see you, my friend. How you doing today? We were just discussing the weather off air because our friend discussions are incredibly boring. We save the good stuff for live interviews.
Yeah, so we're talking about the weather. This is the most important part. No, no, I'm doing good, man. It's like for it being a short week, it felt like a long one for sure. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
oh my god.
Well, I believe. I don't know. Let's see. Is it today? No, tomorrow. Um, I'm one of these weirdos who believes that the full moon actually affects human behavior, like the way they say it affects animal behavior. So I always keep track on my phone of when the full moon is. And I notice whenever it is, people like just the world is a little like bristly. And the last couple days, yeah, I've just been like running into bristly people, or I get frustrated with stuff. And it's like, yep, I think the full moon is out. It's the werewolves are out.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's see. Oh wow, we already got some people here. So let's go ahead and
Oh, I see. It's some of our usual favorites.
Professor Macabro, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by, good sir. Always fun to have you here. And looks like we got Gareth. Gareth is here. Awesome, awesome. Oh, look at that. He's ready to party.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, the bat's here as well. Nice, very nice.
The Ornithological Society, the bat and the owl.
Don, you're here too. Look at that.
I am. Hi.
He's gonna be a werewolf, but
go ahead, do it. Say it right. Say it right.
No.
There you go. It doesn't work if you don't say it right, right? I used to be a werewolf, but I'm all right. No.
Oh, here we go. We already got some fighting going on between Gareth and Al. Oh man.
The nemesis.
Werewolf where women are great. They have more than
no, I didn't know that. I don't. Is that a true fact, or is the professor making up stuff? Is he just trying to improve werewolf women to his own benefit?
I don't know the full-on anatomy of werewomen. I've only seen stuff in books and stuff like that, which I've never seen that. So maybe Professor knows something I don't.
I like Professor because he's always going to try to work on the side of boobs. If there's ever a slant to take, Professor's going pro boobs every time.
I mean, there's not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh no, I actually encourage it. That's part of the reason we're friends, is I can relate to the man. I understand where he's coming from.
How's your week been, man?
Pretty good. Doing the same old stuff I told you, just trying to get some of this project I've been working on done, while at the same time bouncing around and trying to find a place to call permanent home. Been slowly chipping away at my Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. About once every 2 or 3 days, I watch another one instead of just binging them out. So
gotcha.
Now I'm on the. I just finished the F. Murray Abraham Alien one. I think it was maybe written by David Goyer. It was really good. It's a man basically does like an autopsy on himself while he's laying there. He's got like an alien infestation and stuff. It's pretty wild. I was watching that.
Is that the mine one?
Yeah, with the bomb spaceship thing or whatever. Yeah, it's got alien.
That one's good.
Yeah, F. Murray Abraham steals it. It's got like a whole backstory with aliens and body, what do you call it? The thing, like body inhabitants kind of thing. So
moves have a strong gravitational pull on the old Professor. Well, I mean, I don't think it's just you, Professor, but
if I saw a pair of big boobs and I didn't see the Professor in orbit around them, it would seem weird. So yeah, he's it makes sense.
I was going to say, I saw that you had a couple of watch-alongs the last couple of nights.
Yeah, like we were saying, we were discussing the weather. We're in the time of year where like nothing's jumping and it's only just existing. Like we've just come off the holidays. We had, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day. We just kept getting bombarded with these holidays, President's Day, Martin Luther King, all this stuff. And now we're just doing nothing until like St. Patrick's Day and Easter. We're just hanging out. So there's nothing going on, and it's just the humdrum gray, fade out of winter. I decided to do a theme of comfort food movies, stuff that just makes me feel better. I can watch them a million times over, and they sort of feel like I described RoboCop as macaroni and cheese, or I watched Roadhouse and I called that a fluffy blanket. It's just something about some movies. It's like, this is a nice pair of sweatpants right here. So,
yeah, for sure. And I'll actually, brings up a good point for not to forget. Don, you're nominated for YouTube Entertainer of the Month. So
I am on the Roadhouse chat. I pinned the link to Al's comment or to his video nominating me. But the problem is when I watched the video and realized all the other people I was nominated with, like, I don't even know if I would vote for me. Like, I like everybody else more than I like me. So whoever you vote for is a win. But I do suggest you go to Al's channel and vote
for you.
Yeah, for me, preferably. But like I say, the other folks on there are all winners too. So, there are no losers here, by gosh.
No, not at all. Not at all. Cheers to you, sir.
My man. What you drinking there?
I am having Nitro Gentleman Relish.
I didn't know relish came in a can. Is it very pickly, or how is that?
It's a little, yeah.
Can you pour it on a hot dog?
I mean, you could. I mean, it probably wouldn't taste the same.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind them.
There you go. I'll link these winners.
Well, attaboy. I'll contact you after the stream about the current lottery situation. We can go to Vegas together, buddy. The Owl of the Bat hit Vegas. Ow!
And we'll call up Professor so he can join us. Today is in the Roadhouse. Larry is Dalton, and Don is Sam Elliott. I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm clearly Sam Elliott. It hurts, don't it? Don't eat the big white mint.
Pain was it? Pain don't hurt. Pain doesn't hurt, or what was it? I was watching it again, or I was watching the replay earlier while I was at work during my in between stuff. Yeah, man, good stuff. I love that movie. And then even RoboCop. I mean, I saw RoboCop yesterday. So and you're right. It's comfort food. It's straight up comfort food. I could watch that movie over and over again. It's a classic.
Well, some of the movies I pick to watch are ones that I know people haven't seen, or maybe they're kind of weird, and I explain why I love them. No one has to explain why you love RoboCop or Roadhouse. It's like you don't even have to really watch along with me because you know all the parts I'm talking about. Like it doesn't even have to line up. You just know. Like
right, exactly. Yeah. That's why, like every part that you were talking about, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's part." And when somebody mentioned Keith David, and I was just like, I was instantly wanted to like say, "Oh well, there was that whole backstory that supposedly there was supposed to be more to his character or something, but they ended up cutting it or something like that."
Oh, I was unaware of that. It makes sense because it makes no sense that he's too big of a star for that role. He has no speaking lines, and he's just sort of milling around in the back. Like, what's Keith David doing here? I forgot he was in it until Gareth showed up in the stream and asked if he was there yet. And I was like, Keith David's in this? And then, yeah, when they fired John Doe, the punk singer, who looks like Bill Paxton.
It's like a greasy off-brand Bill Paxton.
Yeah, great value Bill Paxton. So when they got rid of him, they replaced him with Keith David, which is like clearly a step up. It shows the renovations are taking success. So
yeah, for sure, man. I mean, yeah, it was one of those things where like I had gone down a rabbit hole like one time, and I was like just looking up stuff on Roadhouse, and apparently he had more of he was going to be more involved with like I guess the bad guys, Wesley's guys were like gonna be more like racist, or they were racist and they were going after him or something like that. Like that was like the side story, and then they ended up like cutting it. So they only had that one scene where you see Keith David, and I always thought that was kind of weird. It's like, how do you have Childs just for this one scene? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's just like milling around in the back, but he looks so professional because they go from the other bartender who's like kind of greasy and creepy looking, and then they got Keith David. He's got the glasses and the polo shirt tucked in, and he looks like he works for Tom Cruise in Cocktail or something.
Yeah, but he still looks like he can mess somebody up compared to greasy off-brand Paxton.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't want to mess with him. I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Well,
The other guy, I feel like I can get away with a few sucker punches. But
yeah. Well, the movie itself has like the two different gangs. There's like the bad guy gang and the good guy gang of bouncers or whatever. So it just felt like Keith David was a dude who would be in this rumble these two are having, like when they're out destroying the bottles out back. It's like, why didn't Keith David come back there and just start punching people in the head?
Or like, having doing suplexes on them after Piper.
Yeah.
From there. Hey Jay, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by, sir. Thanks
Jay Harang, he's the man.
Everybody's saying hi to Jay.
Jay's a hero to the community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How neutered is that Roadhouse remake going to be?
I don't understand the new Roadhouse. It's got MMA in it? Like they fight in the octagon at some point?
Well, no. So apparently, from my understanding, is Gyllenhaal is a former MMA fighter. So, like in the trailer, when you see him, that's him. It's like previous when he was a fighter. And then,
okay.
So as far as if I'm remembering correctly, he used to be an MMA fighter, and then he's just like, just doing. I guess he's a cooler after that. Like he stopped doing it. And then you got Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I was like, Conor McGregor's in it. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
He's a bad guy. He's the throat ripping. I'm assuming he's the throat ripping part.
Yeah, what's that guy's name? Jimmy or whatever. Like, yeah, the vaguely Native American guy with the denim shirt.
Yeah. No, my thing is like, is he gonna tell him that same line? Are they gonna work that line in at the very end before he rips his throat out?
Yeah. I used to put guys like you in prison. Oh, you did, Connor. All right.
Interesting. And then he rips his throat out. At least they got to keep that, man, where he rips his throat out.
Well, who's the Kelly Lynch in the new one then? Who's the doctor?
I don't know.
Do we not?
I don't think I haven't seen yet. I mean, at least from that one trailer, I haven't seen it yet. I can't pinpoint who would be that person.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
To me, that's like the main thing about it is like what the RoboCop remake, seeing how they recast everybody and tried to work in the bits that they needed, like how Lewis was a guy in the new one and stuff. Like that's what I'm curious. That's for me the only reason I'll watch the new Roadhouse is to see how they make all the puzzle pieces fit together this time.
And I mean, let's be honest, it can't be as bad as Roadhouse 2.
I was bitching about Roadhouse 2 last night. The Jonathan Sheck or whatever his name is the good guy, but he looks like the villain from the first one. He looks like that Jimmy dude who gets his throat ripped out. It's like,
see, that should have been his son.
That's what I thought. My suggestion last night was that the sequel to Roadhouse should be keep Sam Elliott alive. Him and Denise, the blonde girl who's with Brad Wesley who does the striptease, the two of them can get married and go off and open their own bar, and it'll be like a bar rescue. That's my Roadhouse too. It's way better. It's a happier ending.
Well, I mean, how's that going to work if she's supposedly like 18, or she is 18, right? In that, like at the time of filming that movie.
Yeah. So by the time Roadhouse came out, she would have been 40, I think, at least.
Okay.
And
well,
Sam Elliott would have been like 65 or something.
No, he would have still been the same age. He doesn't age.
Yeah. With perfect hair.
Perfect, beard, everything.
Yeah. I was pointing out last night, even his neck beard is on point. Like the rest of us, when we get the neck beard, you try to shave it off because it looks bad. And it's like Sam Elliott can even pull off neck beard. That guy.
Oh, yeah. I always got to worry about mine, trim it up and everything. And it's just like, it gets annoying. I'm sure he doesn't even get like burn. Like
no razor bumps. He doesn't know what a razor bump is. The razor bumps before his neck does. He's like the new Chuck Norris. Just repurpose all the Chuck Norris jokes for Sam Elliott's beard.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam Elliott's beard doesn't do push-ups. It pushes the earth away.
That's a good point, Jay. Been slept around by some old guy, and
doing the strip tease, and yeah, I still don't get the strip tease. Even last night, I was like, I don't understand her character's motivation to get naked, other than just being naked. I mean, good for you. You're providing community service by doing that alone. But like, what was she trying to prove? Like, we're all bummed out the Napa store blew up. I should get naked. It's like, yeah, good idea.
And I mean, was she like trying to get Dalton, or like, I guess some other favorable gentleman in the bar? I mean,
Jeff Healey was going places. She should have tried to holler at him, and the two of them could have went off, and that would have been a sequel I'd watch.
Yeah, that would be a good one. See where that band goes.
Yeah,
from there. Yeah, and then when you were saying in your video about like, is that Tito from? And I was exactly at the same point. I was like, yes, that is Tito from Tito and Tarantula fame.
Yeah, I never noticed that before. I've seen that movie 50 times, but this was the first time I paid attention to the weird guy playing in the band at the start, and I was like, "That's Tito Lariva, right?" Like, it's only an indictment of how many times I've seen From Dusk Till Dawn. So that's
well, I mean, he also comes out in Desperado.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's one of the machine gun guys, maybe in oh goodness, in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I think he maybe has like a machine gun part in there too. But
really?
It's been a minute since I've seen that one. I need to watch it again.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one, or it wasn't as good as Desperado, because technically, I mean, El Mariachi is the original, right? Or is the first one?
Yeah, that's the one where Azul murders his family, and then in the Desperado is him getting his revenge, and then, well, his girlfriend. He murders his girlfriend, not his family. But then, yeah, Desperado's the revenge movie, and then Once Upon a Time in Mexico is like the bigger, expanded universe criminal gangster thing.
And it was okay when I saw it, but I mean, for what they made it seem like in the trailer, I thought it was going to be, a lot better. Johnny Depp was okay. I thought he was going to be more of a badass, but he wasn't. There was some stuff I did like of his when, he goes and he shoots the cook after, the food. He was like,
the Puerco Pibil. Yeah.
But no, beyond that, it was, man, that's some good stuff.
I was going to ask you, speaking of trailers, the Roadhouse trailer. Last week we had a big, long, extended discussion about Eli Roth concerning Thanksgiving. And we kind of did like a little mini deep dive of our thoughts on Eli Roth's movies and his career and stuff. And then not only like a day or two later, they dropped the Borderlands trailer. So what did you think of the Borderlands trailer?
I mean, I had been hearing other people talk about it, like it's going to be the next Guardians of the Galaxy. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, it's totally going to be the next Guardians of the Galaxy. Hopefully we're not seeing the best parts in the trailer, but so far I've never played the game, but I'm really hoping. Yeah, Macabre.
Yeah, me likey too, Professor.
Hey, Kara's here. How's it going? Had a lot of ton exposures today.
I think that's an HR issue, Kara. You and Oscar are going to have to go and talk to somebody.
No, but I like the vibe of it. I like the I did like the humor. It didn't seem too cheesy or cringy. I like so far I'm digging it so far. Like I said, I'm hoping that not all the best parts are in the trailer.
Well, my kind of question after watching it was, is the actual movie going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy as it appears it's going to be? Or is that just the way those people cut the trailer and the music they chose and the color schemes they chose for the trailer and stuff? When the original Suicide Squad came out, the same thing happened. They made the movie and then they cut a trailer that wasn't really indicative of the movie. It made it look like it was something else. And then they had the people who made the trailer go back and recut the entire movie because it was all of a different tone. And that's what I kind of wondered about the Borderlands trailer. Like, is the trailer actually indicative of the movie we're going to get, or did the people trying to sell the movie know if we make it look like Guardians of the Galaxy, people will go see this whether it is or not?
I mean, it is possible. Yeah, like I was one of those people that was like, oh wow, Suicide Squad looks like it's gonna be a good movie based on the trailer. And then I went to go
Mhm.
see it and I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like, what? I was
Yeah,
like,
I
holy
didn't
shit.
hate it, but I certainly didn't love it. I saw it in the theater, and it was very ho hum. Like, um, I would have preferred King Shark over Croc, Killer Croc,
Yeah.
and some of the other changes they made were just like, oh, this feels wrong. But that's me being too nerdy for my own good more than anything. So,
I will say the two elements I did like Will Smith's character, and then I also liked Diablo. I liked Diablo a lot actually. I like the way that his character was so like um he was like he knew he was like powerful, but he was like subdued because he didn't want to hurt anybody, you know. And it's all because his family was killed by his own power, you know. So I thought that was a good um I thought that was a good character trait that they added to him.
yeah. Well, I think his whole thing where he's all tatted up and he looks like he's, fresh out of the joint covered in tats and looks extra crazy and mean. And then, yeah, he has the whole thing with the fire hands and all that. He just looks like an impressive, interesting character. He's got like a Darth Maul vibe to him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy is a colorful movie. Too many movies are bland and too darkly saturated. Yeah. These days, I think that's what they try to do that to make it seem more like serious or give it a darker tone.
Yeah.
Uh,
It doesn't feel like an Eli Roth movie at all, though. I didn't see that. We talked about I didn't see the remake of Death Wish that he did, but I usually think of his stuff as the horror stuff, the
mhm.
Hostel and the Cabin Fever and all that. So to see this, it's like it looks like such a huge departure from what he usually does. But the way the trailer is cut is it does feel like a funny ensemble Guardians of the Galaxy type movie. The Jack Black robot and all that stuff I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, Russell, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by.
Welcome,
Russell's the
Russell.
man. And it looks like he loved your stream this morning, the
Yeah,
Roadhouse.
Russell was in the into Roadhouse. He was at
How
the
could
Double Deuce.
how could anybody not like Roadhouse? Seriously, at least the first one. The second one, I can totally understand.
Yeah, I wonder if I would like to see, how they have like people who talk about like problematic movies or something. I'd like to see someone with modern, like, political correct sensibilities watch old Roadhouse and see their reaction to it. Cause it definitely doesn't try to cater to anyone. It's just like, you like boobs? Here's boobs. You like to see stuff blow up? Here's stuff blown up. Want to see somebody's throat ripped out? I got you. You know?
It's like all the hits of the 80s, you know? Because
Yeah.
really, I mean, if you think about it, like look at all those like, man-made action movies, man's
Hmm.
action movies. It had all of that. That was like the formula, you know.
Yeah.
Unless it was like, something like mainstream, more mainstream like Rambo or something like that. I mean, all you saw was like Stallone's cheeks and that's about it.
It's like if
Yeah.
you took an issue of Maxim or FHM or one of those old like men's magazines and then just made it into a movie. That's Roadhouse. It's like this is made for men. This is the dude wipes of movie. This is made for guys.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, I mean, I first saw it on Movies for Guys Who Likes Movies on TBS. That's when I
I
first
thought
saw
of that when I was watching it. The old movies for guys who like movies. I think that's where I saw Men at Work actually the first
it.
time.
Same,
Speaking of Keith David.
yeah, same here. Eli Roth is a bit of a hack. Wow.
Yeah, Eli Roth himself, I find incredibly divisive. There are people who are on his side, and then there are other people who think he's kind of a douchey bro, kind of, I don't know. I like his film knowledge. Whenever I hear him speak on film, you can tell he's really a fan and he understands, as we talked about on the other stream, he really understands Italian horror and a lot of like the foreign horror and the influence on Americans, the way we go about things here and stuff. So,
Yeah, I mean, for that stuff, I think that's pretty cool. I think it would be cool to have a conversation with him. Um,
yeah.
but I can see that. Yeah, I can see some of his movies. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the Hostel movies. I did like the first Cabin Fever. I really liked, and we'll get into this, bit because did you see Thanksgiving already?
No, it's been on
Okay.
my queue. That's one of those. It's hard for me to watch right now because it's not Thanksgiving. Like, like I know it's I'm a simpleton for that, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like I would enjoy it more if I was working towards the holidays. But I think I might watch it maybe this week, and then I'll watch it again, come early
Mm,
November. That'll be about enough time for me to be ready for a second viewing of it.
okay, so then stay tuned, guys. The next episode, we'll definitely, hopefully, we'll be talking about Thanksgiving. But
Well, I'm thinking
uh,
me and you are gonna, after all this, you and I are gonna have to probably around Thanksgiving have to have a watch along, and you can bring the John Carver character and just all of it. We can make a day of it. I'll go rent a turkey from the petting zoo.
it's like,
Yeah. Some people tune in and there's just me sitting there with a live turkey. Just
right, somehow it's not like clawing your face.
yeah. I used to
Somehow.
when I lived in Michigan, we used to get like I don't know what turkeys are called, a gaggle or whatever the turkeys travel in.
Mhm.
Sometimes you'd look out the window and there would literally be like 30 turkeys walking outside my apartment balcony. Like you would just look outside and see turkeys. One morning I was sleeping and I was woken up by some sort of weird. I'm like, is that little kids? What is that noise? And I went over and I opened up the window and just sure enough, a sea of giant wild turkeys just walking around my backyard.
So
So,
just jumped out, like stage dived into them, see if they you just like.
well, my logic was I wanted to kick one. Like I'm not a mean person. Like I like animals. I'm an animal lover, but I feel like if you could catch Thanksgiving dinner with an Adidas, you're pretty badass. Like you could just run out and kick one like a dodgeball real quick or a kickball, and then just scoop up the turkey and run inside and throw it in the oven. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, yeah,
There's no,
totally.
you don't have to cut off the head, no defeathering, none of that. You just go right in the oven and it comes out golden brown
Exactly.
stuff.
That's how it goes.
I live my life by cartoon logic.
So, Jay's comment here: do you think it's too much for people?
Oh, for the modern sensibilities. Yeah, we were talking about it with Professor a little bit. There's kind of like pointless boobage for nothing more than to just like, hey, things have gotten boring. Throw some boobs on screen. Yeah, see, Kara says it's a bit too much. Like the softcore porn scene where the one bouncer is getting it on in the back room, and Dalton comes in and kind of like watches them have sex for a second and then fires them.
But you know what? That's that could be based on true events,
Oh,
because I used to bartend, and I could tell you.
share. Don't use any real names, but
Well, no, I mean it didn't happen to me, but I mean it's like somebody I knew, they got kicked out and stuff like that because they did something like that similar. So yeah, I mean, I
you lead
it,
a
it
you to lead a wild life, Larry.
used to used
Used
to
to. You cleaned up
used
and
to.
reformed now. Uh,
Yeah, same. I mean, that's you gotta love it because it's too over the top. But I mean, like it's an '80s movie. It's an '80s man's movie. I mean, and I think like you were saying in your stream, it's like it's got a little bit for everybody. It's got Swayze's
mhm.
butt for the ladies, and it's got Sam Elliott's beautiful locks, beard,
Yeah, his hair
sweatiness.
voice combination is just yeah. I understand how being gay happens. The man is lovely.
Thanksgiving, I like it. I think it's pretty good. I just rewatched it again last Saturday with the wife, and I still enjoy it. It's easily gonna be like an every year watch for me. Um, the only thing I'll say about it is just like I the people that get it in the movie, they deserve it, in my opinion. But I won't say any more than that.
Good horror movies do that. They make sure that the people who are about to be bumped off have they've done something to make the audience be like, okay, it's fine that they're gone now. You know. But Thanksgiving itself was in desperate need of a good horror movie. Like there's real limited. I mean, Thanksgiving and stuff like those are bummers. I always watch what's it called? Blood Freak, I think. It's like about a guy who gets turned into a giant turkey, and
Hmm.
he moves. He gets captured by the people who run a turkey farm, and he's a guy who tries marijuana once and then he craves it. He's addicted to it after that. And then when he gets turned into a turkey, he goes and finds other stoners and kills them for their blood because that's how he needs the THC. Yeah, it's a 70s schlock bad one. It's on YouTube for free, but yeah, the giant turkey man who goes around and killing people. That's my best Thanksgiving contribution.
Now, is he in a turkey suit or is it like he's in
yeah, he's got like turkey chicken head kind of thing, and then his body is like normal man's body. He's the blood freak. What's the one with Louise Lasser? Oh God. I'm drawing a blank on it. It takes place on, it's basically the same thing as Halloween, except it takes place on Thanksgiving. It's about the twins, the two twin boys. They murder somebody. One of them murders someone when they're bad, and he blames it on the other twin. So the good twin goes to the mental institution for like his.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Something blood.
Oh man, I just saw it this past. I just saw it this past last year with Sean. I think Sean. I think Sean did a watch along for it. I was watching some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, with Louise Lasser kind of steals the show. It's a weird movie because it's part horror but part like dark comedy, and it's got some real crazy over the top kills and yeah, I don't know. It's one of the better Thanksgiving themed horror movies, but I have reason to believe Thanksgiving is the new champ that everybody's going to turn to each year.
Well, it's nicely polished, and then it's got like it's got a following from that trailer from Grindhouse.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what really.
The word of mouth on it is so great. I haven't met all the people who've seen Thanksgiving tell me right away, like, "Oh, it's good. You'll like it." And I'm like, "All right, sure, why not? Give it a watch."
Yeah. I don't think I've seen Scum. I don't think I've seen that one. Have you heard of that one?
I know a whole bunch of Scum, but I don't think I've ever seen the movie.
I know a few of them too.
Sean Penn, so like I'm assuming a juvenile delinquent type prison movie. That's probably interesting.
The Ascending, back when Ray Winstone was good. Oh, see, so Jay's seen it. Still trying to force Jay to watch Trick or Treat. That's a good one. I love Trick or Treat. I mean, that's definitely
you and I
really watch.
You and I did a watch along of it on my channel this past Halloween. Yeah, Trick or Treat's the jam. Good pick, Kara.
Yep, definitely a good pick. Put a turkey on your head with glasses, like in the TV show with Jennifer Aniston.
Got the big turkey on with the sunglasses. That's a great meme to send everybody on Thanksgiving. Right. That and the Kramer head, the turkey with the Kramer head on the top of it. Those are your two Thanksgiving memes.
There you go. Nothing's more horrific than a turkey with Kramer's head on it.
Well, that's when he was all extra tan too. So he had that golden brown. It looks like somebody had been basting him.
Our turkey's crossing the street off.
We don't have them here. Like, I mean, we have them here, but we don't see them. But in Michigan, I saw them all the time. It kind of blew my mind. Like, I'd never seen that before. Like, just look outside and there's just a whole gaggle of turkeys or whatever the heck a group of turkeys is called. But
see, I would freak out with that. I mean, I'm used to like seeing cows, where I used to live. I'd see like cows out in the pasture and, I'd be like, oh, look, cows.
Wild turkeys are huge too. Like they're big. They're way bigger than the ones like, you get at the store. The one at the store is a little 14-pounder. The wild turkeys are like 30 pounds.
Almost like the size of a boar.
Yeah, that's why I said my instinct was not to shoot one, but to kick one. I was like, I think you could just kick one real hard. Like I don't.
I mean, if they're that big, I don't know.
Send me letters. I'm going to be in trouble. I shouldn't endorse that. I apologize. Don't be kicking turkeys, guys.
Mr. Den's here. How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming by. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat a little bit. I prefer the banned BBC telly version, 1977, than the remake, 1979 of Scum. Oh, okay. So there's like a remake too, huh? See, Mr. Dan.
Russell's a Scum aficionado. Russell and Jay are. Welcome to Scum Talk with Russell and Jay.
Big turkey on Mr. Bean's head. Oh yeah, I remember that. I've seen memes of that too.
Mr. Bean.
Boob talk seems to follow you everywhere.
Exactly.
Like I said earlier, I mean, that's not a bad thing, but I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm pro boob. I'm strongly staunch pro boob. But yeah, at a certain point, yeah, you will get somebody will have a talk with you about your love of boobs at a certain point.
But see, if Professor Macabro doesn't get in trouble, like, why should I?
I believe that you can just tell people in HR that, like, when you get in trouble and have to talk to someone, you just be like, "Are you familiar with Macabro?"
Do you know the professor?
Yeah, exactly. Good evening.
I'll be there. Nice. Dog Pound film is like scum. I don't think
I haven't
I've
seen
heard of
Dog
that one.
Pound either. I'm a big fan of
Feast of
Snoop Dogg, Gaz, and all them, but yeah, no.
So is this the one that you were talking about earlier? I said Blood
Blood
Rage.
Rage. That's what it is.
Blood Feast. So is it Blood Rage or Blood Feast? I can't remember. I feel like there's like Blood Beach and Bay of Blood, and there's like so many stuff with blood. It's like it kind of gets all jumbled up for me.
Well, Blood Feast, isn't that one of the early Trauma movies? See, that's where they all run together to me too. Blood Freak is the turkey one, and then Mr. Dan called it Blood Rage is the one with the guy, the twins and Louis Lasser or whatever. Yeah, but I think Blood Free or Blood Feast, I think isn't that the Trauma one? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's.
Big turkey vultures. Wow. Turkey vultures. That's nuts. See, you wouldn't be able to kick one of those down.
I don't know. I have a big foot. I wear a size 15, man. I can.
I mean, you're tall, so you might be able to just like run after one and like tackle it or something, wrestle it to the ground, and then kick it in the head, I guess, or something.
Yeah, Blood Feast is a '63 American splatter film directed by Herschel Gordon Lewis. Focused on a psychopathic food caterer named Fawd. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. The one I think
Twins.
I think it was maybe Blood Rage is the one with the twins.
Oh, okay. So Blood Feast is the one with the turkey head.
Yeah, and then Blood Freak is the one with the turkey head, and then Blood Feast is like a freak show kind of sex movie. So much blood.
It reminds you. You ever seen? It's like you ever seen that movie? Well, you've seen Brain Scan, right?
Yeah.
So remember that part when he's like, "What were you watching in there? Death, death, death." It's like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
and then he's like, after that, he's like, part 2. Oh. So it's like it's just kind of like blood this, blood that, blood everything, and then you'll get Feast of Blood, Bay of Blood, Beach of Blood. It's just like then everybody starts reversing the names, and it's like, oh, it's Rage Blood,
Blood Rage, Rage Blood.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a bloody rager.
Trying not to hit. Oh wow. Trying not to hit him with your car. Dang.
They're that big. Like they would dent your bumper. Like they're big. Like they probably weigh as much as a toddler. Some of them are huge. Yeah, abundant on Eastern Shore of Maryland. Wow. Yeah, I never saw them until I moved to Michigan. They would just be wandering around fields like turkeys. Damn it! I thought they only lived on farms.
2 of the actors from BBC Scum are. I've heard of that. Somebody just. It was actually Gareth. He mentioned that he has that one.
Quadrophenia?
Yeah, he had that on VHS. He said that he had that on his Q videos earlier with Quick and the Dead.
That would make sense.
Right? Is that what I'm thinking?
How many Qs are there? Queen of the Dead and Quadrophenia. All right, take it easy. The Quick and the Dead, and we're done.
Main character playing Jimmy.
Hashtag turkeys, damn it. Exactly.
Turkeys, damn it. Good times, man. Good times. Who would have thought we would have been
talk with Don and Larry on StreamYard, the Duck channel.
Did you start seeing like turkeys run by in the back?
That's what we need is a big turkey background.
One of them. Let's see. Is there a movie called Blood Rave? If not, I'm gonna start brainstorming catching on blood genre.
Yeah, there's so many. What about Blood Rain, the video game adaptation?
Blood
There's
Rain,
just
yeah, there's that
blood
too.
movies. There's so many blood films. So
There's
much blood.
Blood the
much
Last
blood.
Vampire, Blood Plus. Blood the Last Vampire was an anime, and then they did a live action version of it. And then they did Blood Plus, which was like a spin off of the anime, I think. Something like that.
So
I
much
don't know.
blood.
So much blood.
So much
little
blood.
time.
The Bay of Blood. Exact. So much blood, so little time. Go to the backfield and dump head turkey vultures everywhere. I bet. You can't get away from them. There's a movie we don't have. People being attacked by wild turkeys. I'd be for that.
We don't have anything like that. I'm surprised we don't have. There's nothing like that out there.
Like if they make a giant rabbits movie, The Night of the Lepus or whatever, like why don't they make a giant, people attacked by turkeys?
Yeah,
Honey,
sure.
there's like 30 turkeys outside, and then they open the door and there's like 500 turkeys. Like that movie Black Sheep, not the David Spade, Chris Farley, but the one with in New Zealand. Yeah, just people attacked by turkeys.
That would be pretty.
They get gobbled up. They get gobbled up. This writes itself. Quick, Professor, get a pen.
Gotta start like writing these down and getting them copyrighted. Start suing everybody for all these good ideas. Hollywood, call us or call Don, and I'll just ride the coattails.
Yeah, well, Kara seems to be the most professional of all of us. Call Kara, and then she will contact us, and we will contact Macabro, because we like to keep a buffer between Macabro and anyone, just because.
What else did you have you seen anything else this week?
Let's see. No, mainly I've been just watching late night comfort food. I did watch Pulp Fiction again, which was my mistake. It was on cable, and I flipped it on, and I thought, I should watch this as a watch along. And then I just had it on the TV, and I kind of just kept watching and listening to it and stuff. And that's classic comfort food too. Like I could watch it over and over. I can jump in at any point, jump out at any point. Stuff that even isn't supposed to be awesome makes me laugh. Like when Ving Rhames is sitting at the red light and Bruce Willis crosses in front of him and he's motherfucker, and he just guns it and like hits him with the Honda, or the other way around. Bruce is in the car and Ving Rhames and he hits him with the car. Like all that, it just makes me laugh. Just stuff that isn't even supposed to be funny is great. Blood Gobble. There you go.
That's a good tagline too. This time, humanity is the main course. There you go, right here. You heard it here, folks. A couple years from now, when we see this pop up, Macabro, we have it here, so you can sue them if somebody tries to steal it from you. This is intellectual copyright. It's like writing something down and mailing it to yourself. It counts. Yeah, the when it sucks, the critics can call it a real turkey. You know what I mean? Like this, everything just writes itself. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Fair enough. I can't be a handful. You, Macabro, no. You're good. I can be a handful. That's. I'm going to change that to my new business card. Hi, I can be a handful. When you go for an interview or something, that's like, hello, nice to meet you. I can be a handful, by the way. I tell people straight up when they meet me, like, there's times when I'm a bit much, just so you know. I'm fully aware of it. Just the middle of the road eating roadkill. The turkeys or the turkey vultures? Vulture turkeys? Turkey vulture. Turkey vultures is a good. That's the follow-up, part 2. Turkey vultures. Yeah, that'd be good. This whole thing's just writing itself. Yeah, it was like, hey, Sean, how's it going? Hello, sir. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Everybody saying hi to Sean. Gonna start making a fake trailer ASAP. Hey, well, that's how we got Thanksgiving. I'm just saying, Professor. I'm just saying. I'm telling you. You gotta end it with say, I'm a bit much. Fair warning. Yeah, I'm a bit much. Fair warning. Just you've been warned, right? If you want to go through this transaction, I better let you know up front.
The last time I had I don't know, I wouldn't call it a blind date, but the last time I got fixed up on a date, like I told the girl right up front, it's like, look, sometimes I'm weird and I just be weirding people out. So if you get weirded, just understand I'm weird. I already know it. You ain't telling me anything new, girl.
You just got to give her like just give her something like, okay, just sign here and initial here, and just so you know, this is for your benefit, not mine.
There's a little box that says turkey talk is or isn't okay. If you're not comfortable with turkey talk, just check the box. We will move right past my whole thing where I want to kick a turkey like a beach ball.
Don't ask, just sign the form.
Yeah. Don't ask, just wait for 4 hours at 2:35 and
Russell, thank you so much. Enjoying the Friday night stream. Cool. Thank you so much, Russell. That means a lot. Definitely means a lot. Sean saying hi to the professor. See, I don't want to know. I don't want to know a bit much.
That's Kara just revealed herself to be a size queen right in our chat. Way to go. You and Kelly Lynch.
Oh man. Again, it's like what? That's cancel number 2, right? For this
I live my life on the edge of being canceled. That's why I enjoy Jay Harangue's work. He's my lawyer when I have to go to court eventually. Your Honor, Mr. Nichols only wanted to kick a turkey. Is there any of us who have not wanted to kick a turkey? And now, as a character witness, here's Professor Macabro and some boobs.
Is he gonna like be holding them, or are they gonna be like?
I like to imagine
walking in sideways with somebody.
He's just carrying implants like stress balls to keep himself relaxed. He's just,
or like the silver ones, but it's like implants.
Yeah, like Furious Styles and Boys in the Hood. Yeah, he got just 2 little clear plastic baggies in his hand, just spinning them around
from the last stream, man.
Stress balls.
Oh man, that's great. No, yeah, it's oh my last date I flat out asked, do you like horror movies? When the answer was no, my heart broke again, and there was no second date. Did you kick her out of the car while I was moving?
Same damn thing happened to me, Professor. Not to get all Patrick Bateman about it, but I was introduced to a woman who was like objectively perfect looking. Like as soon as I looked at her, I was like, we need to be friends. And we started talking for a few minutes and she's like, I don't watch movies. I was like, well, then you can get the F out of my life is what you can do. Find a direction and F off in it. I don't care how hot you are. Go.
But you took me here. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Hitchhike home. Ride a turkey back. Figure out something. What do you mean you don't watch movies? That's like saying I don't breathe air.
I don't drink water ever.
I don't drink water. Pshaw.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
No one is hot enough to get away with that. Yes, congratulations on 500. You're not only past it, you blew past it. You're what, at like 5'7" or something now? Like you are just racking up. You're like you're setting a new high score, my friend.
I don't understand either, man, because I had literally like I think I was telling Matt I had I think I was at 498 and then I lost like 4 subs and then I gained 2, so I was back to 498, or no, I lost 2. I lost 2 and then I got another 2 or something like that. It was weird. It was just like I was at 498 and then I was down to like 495 and then I was back to 498. So it was like ping ponging a lot, and I was just like, oh, this is probably going to stay like this for a while. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. I figured by my birthday I'd probably hit like 500, but now it's like 507, man. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. So I got to thank everybody, everybody here in the chat, everybody that's, I'm just very humbled by it. I'm very, very floored by it. So,
as I've pointed out before, you are a darling to the horror community, my friend.
Oh man, thanks so much, dude. Thank everybody, all of y'all here. Thank you so much as well. Y'all are great. I mean,
go ahead and relish
it. We're not sponsored by this, by the way. But if you want to be, if you want to sponsor us, like Garrett's got that sweet sponsor from his brewery people,
Pinkberry or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just contact Kara and Oscar, and then she will contact us, and we will contact Professor. That is the chain of command.
Professors are oh no, Jay's our lawyer, right?
Yeah, Jay's our lawyer, and then Professor's our spiritual advisor.
No contract for her to sign, so you can say. Oh man. Yeah, see, Jay's already he's accepted the lawyer position.
Yeah, for sure. I like the idea of like, like I'm in trouble, and then Jay comes in with like the ill-fitting suit and the loud tie, and he's got the briefcase with nothing in it, like a sandwich in it, and he sits down, and he just starts doing the Jay voice. Your Honor, this is a travesty. Yeah.
Your Honor, this is my attorney, Mr. Harang.
Mr. Harang. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, he opens up his briefcase. He's got like a meatball sub.
And that's it? Like no papers, no nothing?
Nothing. It's a meatball sub, yeah. I'm taking this very seriously.
Yes. Stay metal, sir. Stay metal. Yes, for sure.
If anything, this show, if there's anything we want to do impart to the viewers and fans of this show, stay metal. Mm-hmm.
That'll be the tagline next week.
Episode 5, stay metal.
Stay metal. Wait, I was being innocent. It's too late. It's already on the interwebs there.
You've already been lumped in with Kelly Lynch, the size queen. You two just
oh man. It's like we don't get canceled after this, I'm gonna be very surprised.
We keep trying every episode. We're on 4. The fact that if we ever make it to 6, it'll be a miracle. I don't know who's going to cancel us. Probably PETA, I would assume.
From all the
turkey talk. Yeah. Just like, some woman with pink hair and a turkey under her arm is going to knock on my door and be like, you're canceled. Just leave.
Right. But I'm going to be like, but I have cats.
There you go. Uh-huh. That's your answer for everything. But I have cats.
I have cats. I should circumvent all the comments about kicking turkeys.
There you go. Professor got a good idea. He wants to mount fake boobs on his wall like a deer head or some sort of taxidermied animal. Just walk by, just having a rough day, give him a there. I feel better now.
Well, essentially, then he basically wants Silent Night, Deadly Night, the first one, right?
Pretty much.
He wants Linnea Quigley on a stag on the wall.
Don't we all? That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, look who's here! Look who's here! The queen.
There she is, the queen herself. May told me this morning when I woke up, there was a comment from her. It was like, oh, I fell asleep early and I missed the Roadhouse chat. And I was like, that movie's too dirty to have you in there, Mayanne. And she's like, I'm going to watch it immediately. She's her, Kara, and Kelly Lynch just sitting around. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Everybody's saying hi to the queen. Everybody's
I told you I'm a bit much. I even know I'm
I saw it in the chat.
Yeah.
I saw it in the chat.
Can I refer you to my legal counsel, Mr. Harang?
Everybody's saying hi to Nemesis. Who's the Nemesis for you?
I didn't know Two Boys Named Scary Pops. Eric, I didn't know he had a nemesis. Is Al his nemesis too, or is Mayanne his nemesis?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is Mayanne.
I love unraveling these YouTube dramas. You know what I mean? So much going on behind the scene.
Let's just watch it play out in the chat. We'll just we'll sit here for another 30-40 minutes. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. I guess in regards to the hitting the 500, I am going to be doing a giveaway. I'll probably be doing a separate video, or if not, I was also thinking if y'all go back to the replay of this and then comment on the replay of this live stream. And then I will have I'm going to be giving away a DVD of Dr. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is it's a DVD version, and it's I believe it's a Kino release, and it has an updated score by the Invincible Stars. So it's factory sealed, unopened, and yeah, I think I'm gonna. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, U.S. only" or whatever, but I want even my physical media folks across the pond to have a chance at it as well. So again, I'm thinking it'll probably be easier if just people go to watch this, go to the comments, and then just put your name in, and then I'll take down who all commented, and then I'll put y'all in the drawing for it. What do you think, Don?
I'm just impressed. Nothing says love like paying extra shipping. So, that's true gratitude right there. If my man's willing to include the international audience. So jump on. No matter where you're at, get in the comments.
Antarctica.
Yes.
Who's from Antarctica? No, man, it's just one of those things. I'm just really appreciative of everybody, and again, it's just one of those things where like it's my first, like, I guess not my first, but it's my biggest milestone so far. So like I'm really appreciative of everybody and stuff like that. So, just as a huge thank you for that. Let's see.
I read this already and I'm disappointed. So just go ahead and read it out loud.
Princess of Wayne gained 2 subs. Got home with was found there. Oh man.
I know. I read it in the chat, and then you could see my face be like, make them
pay. Did they receive the wrath of God?
This is everything all comes together. Our audience is perfect.
I once asked someone what kind of music they liked, and they said, I don't really like music.
Music is the worst. Like, if someone said they didn't really read, I understand, because reading is a different skill set of sitting quietly and absorbing the words and letting them penetrate. And, you kind of have to detach from the world around you to read. So if you said you weren't a big reader, I could understand. The movies, I don't have much sympathy for, because the movie does all the work. You just have to sit there and let it play out in front of you.
Right.
But music, like when you're in a waiting room and there's no music playing, don't you just sit there quietly annoyed? Like, can I get some Belinda Carlisle or something? What the hell?
Some Phil Collins, Bon Jovi,
yeah,
something.
Exactly. If I have to wait and I don't hear Susudio, I'm upset.
Yeah. I know what you mean, man. I'm a huge Phil Collins fan. So,
well, like I said, you're also half a serial killer like Patrick Bateman too. So.
if you can't get into In the Air Tonight, then we can't be friends.
Yeah, exactly. I Can't Dance. What's the one where he's a homeless guy?
Oh God, I can't remember. It's Invisible Touch. There's so many great songs between him and Genesis. It's like, man, it's nuts.
I celebrate the man's entire catalog.
What did you say? What did you say before? Huey sounds a little too.
Oh yeah, like that's mine and your, like that's a classic line of just like something that isn't supposed to be particularly hilarious, but jumped out to me and you right away is when Patrick Bateman pointed out that Huey Lewis is a little too black sounding. It's like, Huey Lewis? It shows like what a white bread boring guy he is, that he thinks Huey Lewis is just a little too urban for his likes. It's like Huey, Jay-Z, same thing. I don't know. Speaking of size queens, word on the street is Huey Lewis is packing. That's what I've heard. I'm just the news is
comments,
Huey,
man, or Kara.
Yeah, who's going to be the first one? Who's going to be the first one?
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody saying hi to each other. He isn't sponsored. He puts the ads hoping. It's madness.
I do the same thing though. There's plenty of times where I'm just like, look, if the Newcastle people would love to send me their back stock of beer they have, I'll take it, or just whatever,
I'll take expired beer. It's all good.
if the NECA people or the Funko Pop people want to send Larry a bunch of cool figures for him to review for free, we'll take it. We are whores here. We have no shame.
I mean, they dumped like, what was it, like a couple years back? They dumped like 1 million, 2 million, something like that worth of pops in the trash. In a dumpster.
They did the old ET video game?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I was unaware of that. It makes sense because I often think, who's buying some of these? So
Yeah, I know, man. That's why, like, man. Thanks, Russell. Yeah, they're spoiled rotten. But yeah, going back to that, it's like some of these pops, I see them and I'm just like, it's a little too much. I mean, I have some, and I mean the ones that I have, I feel like the ones that I have are pretty, particular. But when you start getting into like it's the same figure, but it glows in the dark, or you have the same figure and it's called flocked, where it has like some kind of like, I don't know, like some weird,
kind of thing.
Yeah, some kind of texture to it. I'm just like, that's it's getting ridiculous.
You saying that they got rid of a bunch of them, like I could tell that would make sense because it would reduce the number that are out floating around, which would make the collectability of them more important because there's less in circulation. But at the same time, you can't send them to like orphanages or like, St. Luke's Medical Hospital or whatever. You know what I mean? Give it to sick kids.
You would think, right? That would be a tax write-off at that point.
Well, and think of all the free publicity of like, we donated 1,000 Funko Pops to this, children's cancer center or whatever, and you see the little kids playing with, I mean, so much better than throwing them in the trash.
There's probably a bunch of like Last Jedi ones, and then they were like, "No, we don't want these. You can."
Even the sick little kids are like, "We don't want this, Rey."
Not my Luke Skywalker.
I'd rather die than have this.
Oh, there it is.
And there it is. The show is canceled, folks. All right, see you next week.
It was a great run, guys.
It was good. All 4 episodes. We're gonna miss you.
Never take advice from Professor Macabre. He gives horrible advice. I don't know about that, Professor.
No, Macabro's one of my advisors. Like the way Dr. Evil has like 5 people sitting around the table and then he takes his evil advice. Yeah, Professor is one of mine. Like he's his answer to everything is boobs, though. So
boobs in it. Okay, then do it.
I'm in.
Boobs in it. I'm in. I take advice from. She's the brain in the relationship. Oh, there we go. Is that a hot take, Professor?
I can't believe you knew how to spell zombie Jesuitos. I would have been fumbling around for days trying to figure out how to make that work. Oh boy.
We would have been like 2 streams down. You still would have been like halfway to the name, into the name.
Jay, I'm in Wisconsin. They let anybody practice law here. It's.
Oh, really?
It's fine. I'm pretty sure there's no bar exam or anything. As long as you have a suit, you're a qualified legal consultant.
Everybody says outstanding. Hey, as long as everybody's like laughing, having a good time, man. Yeah, man. That's very true, man. Oh wow, really? So apparently, Zombie Jesuitos is the brains of the relationship, man.
Oh, she is. I've heard her speak. She's very intelligent. I don't understand how Professor makes all these voices. Is that some sort of app you have, or like? Because like Zombie Jesuitos, her voice is like she talks like kind of a valley girl, so it doesn't sound like Siri or something. Like I don't know how he pulls that off. His technical prowess is almost as good as his evil. He's talented man in many ways.
Just to clarify, that was a joke.
Don't pull back the curtain and ruin the illusion, Jay. We like you as an evil person. You're the modern day Dave Attell. Remember Dave Attell, the comedian? He always said like outrageous, crazy stuff. Like he'd make jokes about dead prostitutes in his trunk and stuff. That's where I lump Jay in. It's like, oh, he can get away with anything because it's Jay.
It's like I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life. Lord knows I have.
Exactly. Let me tell you about how I want to kick a turkey. No, I'll say I was taken out of context. I wanted to kick it with turkeys. I was hoping to get drunk with them and smoke a blunt. Like, yeah, just me kicking it with the turkeys.
being traumatized and done nothing but encourage the madness.
Yeah,
Traumatized.
Mayanne is one of the only people who actually struggles with trauma films. The rest of us
Really?
love them, but May is she doesn't have it.
What's your favorite trauma film?
Probably the original Toxic Avenger, but
Classic.
Class of Nukem High is pretty good,
I like that one.
and Sergeant Kabuki Man, I think, is probably right there. NYPD.
I like Trauma Wars. It's so cheesy. And oddly enough, what's weird is that my wife likes Toxic Avenger. My wife is a trauma head. Oddly enough.
The
She loves
original
trauma.
The original is a bit of a classic. Like that's
Mhm.
another one that's maybe on my comfort food list with Melvin and the whole thing with him living in that old shack and then his blind girlfriend because she doesn't know he's jacked, he's messed up because she's blind. Like all of that. That's just good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, so good they made a cartoon.
And toys
And
and
toys,
all
yeah.
of it.
And it's making a comeback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mello's in the house. Hey, Mello, how's it going?
Mello.
Welcome, good sir.
I like that he said hi to us and the guts both because the next one he says guys. So yeah, he's wishing us both.
Guts
Mello,
and
nice
guys.
to have you, my friend. Mello's also a Wisconsinite, so he's my temporary legal counsel until Jay can get over here, take the Concord over.
Here we go. What's up, guts?
Let me get up all in them guts.
Everybody's saying hi to Mello. Saying hi back to Sean. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Nice. This is cool, man. Everybody's having a good time and laughing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about being on episode 4. At this point, they know we're not as evil as we portray ourselves to be. Well, Larry doesn't.
I have my moments, man. I have my moments, so probably like another 500 of these, and I'll be.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I really think about work.
Really, you don't even need to stop. All I needed was about 500 more of these and finger gun. Yeah, you give me the finger guns. I know what's up. Hey, buddy.
You qualify this even if you're dead. Yeah, pretty much.
The shipping is outrageous to the afterlife. The only FedEx, only DHL delivers to the afterlife.
To purgatory.
Yeah.
Or wherever. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. Awesome. Got to include everyone. Yeah, Sean. That's what I said. Everyone. I'm sure there's a couple of deceased people that are subscribers and stuff like that. So the ghosts of who knows what. I mean, I'm sure Zombie Wasitos is a subscriber, so she's definitely in the running for it too.
Oh my God! Be sure to vote for Larry. Get the free. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Oh, nice. That's cool, Russell. Thanks so much. I'm glad you're having a good time. So next week this will be on Don's channel. We've been doing this thing back and forth. As Donna said before, this is really, we started this as a placeholder for Rob's vintage video while he's been on hiatus. So we're hoping to have him on the show at some point, and we're hoping that he comes back, because that's the kind of, again, if this is your first time watching the stream, that's kind of how we kind of connected more, I would say, through Rob's in the chat every Friday. So and several of you here that would be in Rob's chat. So we're doing this sort of like as a placeholder for Rob until he gets back and stuff like that, and sort of like to keep the spirit of Rob's vintage video streams going.
Back in the day when TV shows would go on the summer or winter hiatus, they'd take like 3 months off before they came back with a new season. They would often stick some sort of like placeholder show in the time slot, and then maybe that show would become a success. That's how Seinfeld first caught on, as it was a placeholder show that only had 12 weeks worth of shows, and then it caught on and they brought it back. So we're hoping to be the next Seinfeld is what I'm getting at.
I mean, look at the stream. It's about nothing.
What's the deal with turkeys?
What's the deal with kicking a turkey in the head?
How many movies about blood could there be?
That wants to wait like an Egyptian. Wait like an Egyptian? He's waiting on sunshine. Ah, nice, Jay. Yes. Everybody here, Phil Collins fans. Everybody's got to be a Phil Collins fan here, I'm assuming. No?
Oh, it's if they're not, they live in a land of illusion. I tell you, I can't dance.
They haven't gotten that. They haven't gotten that invisible touch yet.
God damn it! You can't hurry love. I don't know.
And
I'm looking at you, looking at me.
And if you do, you're against all odds. If you do.
Damn it. Let's move on.
Yeah, to Another Day in Paradise.
Damn it. Oh, I hate all of you. Never mind. You're all fired, except for Kara.
Well, she's
'Cause I
HR,
need her.
right?
Yeah, she's HR. I can't fire her, but everybody else.
I'm watching a movie called Bad Moon. Oh, I've heard of that one. The werewolf is.
Oh yeah,
insane.
Bad Moon. That's the one where the woman's cool brother shows up and moves out back in the trailer, I think, and he's a werewolf, and she's like kind of going through a divorce kind of thing, and she's got like she's a single mom with a son, and then the brother werewolf lives in the back. It's basically my dream scenario. If I had a sister, I would be a werewolf living in her backyard. That would.
So it would be the reverse. Like she would be living in your backyard as a werewoman or wolf.
Well,
How would you?
I
What
just
would you
learned
call
earlier that lady werewolves have more than 2 boobs. So the stream is, yeah, I'm always learning.
Let's see. Huey Lewis on the news.
The news are all micro penis, but Huey is, yeah. That's why he's so black sounding. Yeah. Okay, now I just got us canceled for the 4th time this episode. Damn it. No wonder we need HR. I'm the worst.
Well, that's why we have Kara here. And then we got our lawyer, Jay Harang here. We got all
spiritual advisor, Professor Macabro.
We're fully represented here, guys. So whatever you hear on the stream, it's all been checked by our HR legal
Run through a
team.
comprehensive series of checks. There was earlier there were forms. So I like that Mayanne watches werewolf movies at 7:44 at night. She's just like, throw in a werewolf movie I've never seen before. That's why she's the queen of horror.
Yeah, of course. No, that's why. And it's funny that I had told her yesterday. She had mentioned on one of the previous streams about Nefarious. I finally saw that yesterday, and that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, you had messaged me that you liked it and it was worth watching. That's another one like Thanksgiving that, it had awareness, but I didn't really care. It's like maybe I'll watch it at some point. But then Sean, Cinephile Sanity, him and Juno, I believe, watched it. And then Mayanne had mentioned, I believe, that it was good. And then now that you had put out that it was good. So yeah, Nefarious is one I'll have to check out because of good word of mouth. Yeah,
I mean, it's like I told you, I feel like it's a simple movie because I'm not going to give too much away. I mean, it's in the trailer for the most part. It's like it's happening in the prison and it's between, the 2 guys. And I like movies like that. That's why, like Reservoir Dogs is still my favorite Tarantino film where it's just like they're just mostly in there, it's just them and they're trying to figure everything out. I mean, I like those types of films where it's just something simple like that, But it's like it makes you think of like it's enough meat on the bones to like let you make your mind just think about everything else that's going on in that world. You know what I mean?
No, I'd heard it's good. It sounded a little bit like Fallen with Denzel Washington, but that's more of a like out and about movie. But it's the same type of thing, like with a demon murderer kind of deal. And
yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. I was actually surprised at how well it was shot too. Sean Patrick Flannery did a great job in that one. I was like, wow, I hadn't seen him in something in a while. So to see him do something, especially like that, when you watch it, you'll know what I mean. Like what he does in that role is like awesome.
I find him to be actually pretty good between Boondock Saints and Powder and some of the other stuff he's been in. It's like he's got a nice little collection of films he's been in.
If I have my teeth clean, I don't hear heaven.
Yeah, Belinda Carlisle, she knows.
Oh man, that was amazing. You're gonna have a fun time with that one. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
pretty good.
one of the issues I have, like obviously I'm a big werewolf fan. I talk about them all the time, and I've seen so many werewolf movies. Bad Moon is actually one of the better ones just because the werewolf genre is so surprisingly weak. You know, we all know American Werewolf and The Wolf Man and The Howling and stuff, but then when you get down into the second tier of werewolf movies, they're eh. So Bad Moon is a decent second tier werewolf movie. It's
Would you put that also? So Silver Bullet, where is that second tier?
It's right on the cusp. It's almost top tier because it's so famous, and then the whole stuff with the preacher with the eye patch and all that's so good. And then Busey, of course, and then the Stephen King connection. So it's almost top tier. But compared to American Werewolf or The Howling or some of the other more like the Mount Rushmore of werewolf movies, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, it's always gonna be the Wolfman. You know,
The old
the
Lon
original.
Chaney Jr.
Yep.
What about Dog Soldiers? Do you consider Dog Soldiers a werewolf movie, or do you consider that a Dogman movie?
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of like. I mean, it. I kind of feel like that's kind of like Ginger Snaps in a sense that like. I mean, it's sort of like a dog looking creature, but I consider both of them a werewolf movie.
I like Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps is probably the key top second tier. Like it might be the best of the second tier. It and Silver Bullet are right there as the almost on the cusp of being on the Mount Rushmore. Because Ginger Snaps, it's a little cheaply made, and at times it looks like an episode of Degrassi Junior High or something. Like it just looks like bad
The Halloween
Canadian
special.
television. Yeah, it looks like it was shot on video, but at the same time, those characters and the whole idea of using like a werewolf transformation to describe a woman transforming from adult or from childhood to adulthood, like there's themes to it. So it's a smart film, even though it's cheaply made.
Mhm.
There's a reason they made a couple of sequels, or a sequel and a prequel or whatever it was.
Well, it's a Canadian film, so I mean, I know they get kickbacks, right, or something for.
Yeah, I think they have their government is real good about pay whatever they have like a PBS type deal like we have here. Like there's people who endowment for the arts. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, they're real good about endowment for the arts, and also I believe in Canada there's like a certain amount of like you have to have a certain amount of Canadian employees. Like the only reason they will accept your movie is if you're giving jobs. So like there has to be a certain amount of Canadians in the cast and in the production crew and stuff. So they're real good about that.
And one other shining thing about that Ginger Snaps film is like the soundtrack is awesome. I mean, you got like Fear Factory, you've got like a bunch of like Roadrunner, classics on there. A lot of good stuff on there.
Well, and those characters in Ginger Snaps are super believable. Like I felt like I knew those sisters. Like they seem like some girls I would be cool with. Like I'm gonna go over and hang out with the goth girls and watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure or whatever. They're cool.
And they're gonna be filming. They're gonna be filming like fake horror death movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Larry's gonna get shirts made with him and the cats on the shirt.
What shirt you got on now? I see you're wearing some of your own merch. What are you wearing there?
Human cat scratcher.
Cat scratcher. And is that a your design?
Yeah.
Attaboy. And where could people get that if they wanted to purchase one?
They can get one on my TeePublic. I do have a Teespring too. I just don't really push it all that much. I push it on my Instagram a little bit, but it's not. I just bought shirts because like I wanted to see how they felt and stuff, and I can tell people like, oh well, it's a good quality shirt and stuff like that. But I'll just throw on the shirt whenever I get home, and then that's why I ended up with this one because I hadn't worn this shirt in a while.
Yeah, I have like 3 or 4 mock-ups for designs for shirts that I've been meaning to just have a day where I sit down with one of those Teespring or TeePublic and just go through and design a few shirts and get them put up. But that's one of those things where I just feel like, I'll get to it. And I never do. So one of these days I'll probably have to have a few beers and just sit down and figure it all out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping at some point I'd like to get a cap of my logo, just because I really liked how my logo turned out and stuff like that, and it's like it's got both, it's symbolizing both of my cats, so that's the reason why.
If you had a ball cap like you have on now, but instead of Jason's head or the hockey mask, it had the Horror Cat Dad logo, it would look cool. It would look like a minor league baseball team or something. It would look cool. The Horror Cat Dads.
The Little League of pet sports.
Don't say little. Carol, leave.
Or man.
Kara, and Kelly Lynch have left the chat.
Companies rather throw their stuff in the trash because they can claim it's lost, stolen, and get more money as opposed to a tax write-off. I guess.
Yeah, shrink.
That's crazy.
Speaking of size queens, that's what you learn about is shrink when you do business is the certain amount of write-off money for stuff that's just lost, stolen, or garbage. So it's sometimes easier money-wise to throw it away. But I'd just rather they found a way to ship it to poor people in Africa or something. I don't know.
Didn't they used to do that with like the losers Super Bowl or stuff?
That's where I got, when they have the Super Bowl or some big sporting event like a World Series or NBA Finals or whatever, they print shirts for both sides, no matter how they're doing in the series. And then the losing team side, they just get rid of the shirts. They send them to, people in third world nations or whatever. So yeah, maybe kind of do that with bad Funko Pops. Like, here's an old Hammerhead Star Wars character.
I want to collect money for Children's Cancer Center, but the charities commission came round, took it from me, and gave it to the children.
He was foiled. His evil plot was foiled.
Oh man! Company of Wolves.
Yeah,
it was a cool werewolf film, Red Riding Hood type film.
Yeah, it's got a weird, surrealistic, dreamlike quality. The Company of Wolves. It feels like a weird trip, but it's really well made. I think Angela Lansbury might be in it. It's been a minute.
I need to rewatch that one. It's been forever since I've seen that one.
He said it was like Little Red Riding Hood. That's the way you can find it. Is I think the cover art has like a Little Red Riding Hood kind of imagery with like a wolf coming out of it. Yes, we didn't welcome Lamonia. Hello. She's new to us and our community. Well, she's been bouncing around, but I've been seeing her everywhere now. She was on the Midnight Hour. The Boneyard the other night, and then she turns up in my chats, and so Lamonia's she's good people. Yeah,
so she commented earlier on my recent figure, and I'm like, oh wow, got somebody new. So cool. Thank you for stopping by, Lamonia. Very, 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 very much appreciated. Welcome to In the House.
She has it. Yeah, welcome to our house, our In the House.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that one, Russell. Yeah, I believe I've seen it, but it's been forever since I've seen it. Let's see. And Roy, hey man, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by, brother. Let's see. I gotta catch up. I'm like slacking on the chat here. It's on YouTube. Okay, cool.
Our friends always got stuff to contribute. That's why I always say the chat is always the third member of the group or the second member of the group, no matter what.
Yes, exactly. For sure. On the looks of the operation, clearly. I mean, hey man, you can't. It takes a lot of, brain power to be like that good looking, man. So I don't know. I would say that you got the knowledge too, man.
I don't remember the exact wording of it, but there was an episode where Zombie Asuitos pointed out she would have killed the professor long ago if he wasn't so good in bed. It's like, oh, I love
Professor, you should paste that one in the chat so everybody can go see that. He's a professor, yeah, of course. See, See, man knows.
Well, he's technically a professor. It's
Professor.
a totally different animal.
What is one horror movie from the 80s you would like to see again and on the big screen, maybe even in IMAX?
Wow, good question.
Wow.
That is a good one. I'm gonna go Aliens.
Oh,
I never saw it on the big screen. I've only seen it on small screens, but I feel like that's a movie opened up for size that would look really cool. Like I saw The Exorcist on the big screen and it wasn't that different. I actually kind of like the intimacy of The Exorcist at home. It feels creepier and scarier because it takes place in a home. But something like Aliens, where it's like a big, explosions and sets look cool and stuff.
Trying to think.
I saw Dusk Till Dawn in the theater. So yeah, all my favorites I've already seen in the theater.
That's kind of hard for me because my obvious answer would be The Thing because I haven't seen The Thing on the big screen. But I've seen other ones that I absolutely love. I mean, I've seen Picture from the Black Lagoon on the big screen. I've seen I was just thinking about it too. Predator, the original Predator. I'm trying
I
to
would like.
think of
Have you ever seen one of those
Halloween.
4D movies, like where the chair moves and like if it's a scene in the movie where like it's rain or there's like a little misting and like sometimes they even pump smells into the theater and stuff. Like they make it like a full immersive experience. I would like to see The Thing like that. Like I would like I'd turn the air conditioning on real low or real high when it's cold out and have maybe get blasted with a little bit of snow and frost here and there. I would like
Have
that.
somebody run by with a snowball and throw it in your face.
Yeah, the guy in front of me's head turns into like this Lovecraftian monster that attacks me. I want all that. I will pay extra.
It also says Maniac. He'd like to see that on the big screen.
I don't know if I haven't seen Maniac in so long. I lump Maniac and Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer together. Like they take place in just gross apartments, kind of like Basket Case. Like Basket Case, when I think of it, it's just I think of that dingy apartment. I don't know. Some movies just feel the apartment adds to the aesthetic of it.
Honestly, you know which movie I would like to see on the big screen? Because the other ones I was going to say I've seen The Fog on the big screen. I've seen Halloween. I've seen several on the big screen, like the Alamo Drafthouse. They do a lot of the old flicks. I would like to see. It's a toss up between Prince of Darkness and Dead Zone.
Dead Zone for sure. I saw Dead Zone in the theater when I was a kid. Original release. I was 8 or something in the theater watching it.
I would like to see that because like they have those big shots like of like the one in particular I'm talking about is like when you see where he finds out, spoiler alert guys, when he discovers who the other cop that killed the girl and stuff, you just see that wide shot of like the beach and the gazebo and stuff like that. I can imagine that like on a huge screen, like an IMAX screen. That seems like it would be a good shot for that.
Well, Cronenberg in particular, a lot of his visual imagery probably plays out really big. And that's what I was thinking of. What movies would I like to see? To me, the big screen should be used for big screen movies, like Armageddon or King Kong or whatever. Like I want to see big movies on the big screen, like Star Wars and stuff. Some movies just don't translate to a little screen, You can't watch a Marvel movie on your phone,
Tell them
No shit.
Hey, brother's here.
Oh, good. Way to go. Made me swear in front of a child. Thank you. Welcome, Brody. Nice to see you, buddy.
I would love to watch The Thing. Yeah, I would love to watch The Thing on the big screen. That's the one I haven't caught on the big screen. Goonies I have seen in the theaters. Lost Boys. I don't think I've seen that one in the theaters.
I saw Goonies in the theater, original release. Never had to finish it.
Nice. It's a good one. It's definitely a good one. I've seen Dawn of the Dead on the big screen. Also,
That I never have. I saw the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead on the big screen, but I
I
haven't
saw
seen
that one too.
the original.
No,
Yeah.
after Romero passed, they were doing like a sort of homage to or in memory of at the Draft House, and so like the Draft Houses around my area, they did like several of his movies. So like I saw Night of the Living Dead on the big screen. So yeah, I got to see Night of the Living Dead on the big screen. I got to see Dawn of the Dead. Oddly enough, I didn't see Day of the Dead. I don't think they were showing it anywhere. But I have seen Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead. I didn't see Survival of the Dead. It's my least favorite. But,
Survival of the Dead's the found footage one, or is
no,
that
it's
Diary?
Diary.
Okay. Survival of the Dead, yeah, is the other. Okay, yeah, that's the one I've only seen once and I didn't like it. Yep. Okay, so there you go. Yep. Gotcha.
Let's see. Watch the Toxic Avengers and did enjoy it for its foolishness, but I hated Poultrygeist. That was the other one. I was thinking about that one too. Poultrygeist.
There you go. There's some people use that as a Thanksgiving movie, Poultrygeist.
Those are good choices, Mello, for sure. Yep. Carol, what are you pointing at? Don? Or?
She's finger guns and yeah, remember the finger guns? Yep.
Yeah, the horror. Everybody saying hi to each other. Poultrygeist. Everybody saying hi to each other. Awesome. Saw They Live on the big screen. Yeah, I saw They Live last year on the big screen. But actually, to be and honestly, to be, I saw it originally when it came out in the theater, but I saw it again last year.
That was a home video and then repeated viewings on cable for me. I never saw it on the biggie. That's what I was thinking. It's one of my favorites, but I don't know opened up for size how important it would be to see. Like I say, some movies just really lend themselves to being huge, and then other movies, the intimacy of watching them alone in your house is kind of what makes them scary and cool. It's a fine balance.
Yeah, I mean, for that one, and it goes, and I've said this in our Predator 2 watch along. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go to Don's channel and check that out. I mentioned it there. My uncle took me to see Predator 2 back when I was in the theater back then, and it was the same with They Live. He was the same uncle. He took me to see that one. I also saw Alien Nation in the theater. Same uncle took me to go see that in the theater. So I've seen a lot of these movies because of either it was from my cousin's house because they were always renting horror movies, or actually I got to see them on the big screen because my uncle would take me to go see them.
Cool uncles corrupting kids since the beginning of time.
Only in the 80s, man. Only in the 80s.
That was my only solace. Like I've never had any kids that I know of. But I've always taken, yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So, but I've always taken pride in the cool uncle role. It's like, oh no, you need somebody to buy you fireworks and beer? I got you.
I was like, but I'm 5. It's okay.
They're even more fun when you're 5.
You guys without me knowing what it was. That's funny.
That's one of the things that's awesome about May's viewing experience is she's a bit younger, so she hasn't seen some of the movies that we consider like, our cornerstone films. So like, a movie like RoboCop, she'd only seen, as a little kid, kind of when somebody was watching it on TV, she'd never paid attention to it. So turning her on to RoboCop or turning her on to Toxic Avenger and stuff, we're doing a community service here.
It's god awful. I hated it. Yeah, so consensus is Poultrygeist is not good. Doing the Toxic Avenger Funko Pop. I did see that one. I've seen it at Target. I've been thinking about picking up that one because that one actually looks pretty cool.
That's a good one to have.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it whenever I go to Target. I'm like, man, it's right there. I can just I can take it. But at the same time, I don't really collect Funkos too much, But I mean, again, it's Toxic Avenger. It's kind of a staple,
Yeah. That's what I mean about Funko Pops. I kind of complained about them once a long time ago and put them down a little bit, but I feel like if you collect a thing, like I like Batman and Yoda, so people always just give me Batman and Yoda stuff. Like they know if you need to get me something for Christmas, just get Don a Yoda. He'll be fine. So like I have a couple of Yoda Funko Pops, you know, like as stocking stuffers or whatever. But if I had like some, you know, fifth character in a movie that's totally unimportant that I didn't care about, you know, what's John or what, Oscar Isaac's name in Star Wars? What the hell is he? Poe? Is that who he is?
Poe.
Poe. Like if I had a
Poe
Poe,
Dameron.
yeah, if I had a Poe Funko Pop, I'd be like, why? Like, do you collect Oscar Isaac things? Like,
No, I meant kick it into the trash can. Not.
oh, I thought you meant you. Yeah, I was gonna say Huey's too black sounding. Never mind.
I don't think I've seen Thanksgivings or Thanksgiving. I don't think I've seen that one.
I've only seen the first. I think the first one, but it's kind of like a satirical kind of Freddy Krueger mock. Like the turkey kills people, and then he'll be like, "How do you like that, bitch?" Like he overabuses saying "bitch" a lot and stuff because it's a killer turkey. So I feel like the turkey is supposed to kind of be like a Freddy Krueger comedic horror type character. Like I don't know. Once again, I probably have read too much into Thanksgiving.
We're talking about all this, and Brody's watching King of the Hill. Still a staple when I used to watch it. King of the Hill.
God damn it, Brody! Got to get some propane.
Some propane accessories. The dentist office was that referral for Don. Berto needs to come back because I miss him, and you can have back-to-back Friday streams, guys. Well, I mean, start the way you goad Don into stuff. Start goading Rob into stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The way she's always like, "Don streaming tonight, right?" And I'm like, "Well, I wasn't gonna, but now I feel like I'm being bullied." Yeah, just slide into Rob's DMs and be like, "I heard you're streaming tonight."
What?
You know, that's like, I can't do a Rob accent. I don't know.
The weather is so strange in central Wisconsin. Wisconsin, right?
Yeah,
Around 50 yesterday all day. This morning it was like windy, cold, with some snow flurries. Yeah, there you go, Don. Yeah.
Yep, that's the exact conversation we had before we went live. Is that yesterday it was 60 degrees out, and there were little kids out riding scooters, and people were out running around walking their dogs and stuff. And then today I woke up and it's just freezing cold and snow blowing outside, half a blizzard.
No yeah, and I told you it was like 80 degrees here. I was like,
yeah. Man. Larry's perpetually on spring break. Ow!
Ugh. I hate the heat, man. Bone says it sucks. Oh, that's why you haven't seen it. Then saying Mellow. Saying hi to Mellow. Don't worry, Don. He'll be Don's in everybody's heart. Rent free. He lives in everybody's hearts rent free. Don, spoilers, man. Hasn't seen it. Next, you're going to spoil the epic pet dog versus werewolf fight at the end.
I'm always ruining these movies. Profesh, bitches. That's why she's in charge of AR or of HR. And I like that Oscar's face is what goes along with it. Looks like the face.
Oh, man, that's funny.
See, look at Oscar's face there. It's perfect.
Definitely not having it for sure.
Yeah, it's like Garfield. He doesn't do Mondays. Yeah.
Or do I? It's
no.
Like 8 o'clock on a Monday. I'm like, man, is it Friday yet? Wolf is a Brit werewolf film on a train. Huh.
Isn't that Howl? Is that what it's called? There's a werewolf on a train movie that we have here too. I haven't seen. I think it's called Howl, maybe. I don't know. It's been a minute. And there's one. What's the one with Jason Momoa? Have you seen that? He's a werewolf. Is that Wolves? Maybe. There's one where Jason Momoa is a werewolf, which is good casting. But
well, he was Conan, and now he's a werewolf. And then he's a werewolf.
Khal Drago, Conan, werewolf, Aquaman. That's all you really need to be.
Yeah. And he was at one point going to be the Crow.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. He's a little too big for the Crow.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he should have been. because in many of the iterations up until what they're gonna release now with Skarsgård, which if y'all haven't heard is gonna drop in June, so that'll be interesting. It's already gonna come out.
Look at you blowing the lid off of Hollywood news here on our channel.
So I feel so like inadequate sometimes. Like the last couple of chats, I'm like, well, I don't really have any like news here. I'm just playing second fiddle. So I figured I'd do my research this week. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch Nefarious. So like I got a new movie I watched, and then I've seen the Borderlands trailer, and so I'm ready this time. I'm ready.
I like that you came prepared. Yeah, exactly. You did the assigned reading for this week's class. I like it.
Yes,
Instead of me just pulling stuff out of my butt and laying it on you. Here, talk about Borderlands. Let me drop that in your lap.
That was voting. Yeah.
So
yeah, apparently, Thanksgiving is horrible. Apparently, but is it as bad as Double Dragon?
That's still your king of the worst movies.
Yes. Well, I mean, if I really wanted to be honest, it'd probably be Last Jedi.
Wow, you really took the fight to the Last Jedi there. It's pretty bad. I was upset watching. That was one of the first times in a movie I really considered walking out. Like I
was confused. Like after, like I was like, I didn't know what to think.
Confused. Yeah, I just sat in the theater having a moment of reflection. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I remember looking to my wife and I was like, "What'd you think?" She's like, "Oh, it was okay." And then she's like, "What'd you think?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Like, I feel conflicted. Like, I feel like I should like it because it's a Star Wars movie, but at the same time, like, I don't feel anything, you know. And then after thinking about it over and over again, I'm just like, "Yeah, this movie sucks."
That film made you apathetic, those bastards. When I was watching The Force Awakens and then later on The Last Jedi, I described those movies by my body language. Like after coming off of the Star Wars prequels and then some of the other like cartoon stuff that they had released, by the time The Force Awakens came out, I watched it the first time with like my arms folded. Like you could tell I was like defensive as watching it, like kind of like closed off and paying attention to it. And as the story started to slowly evolve and it felt like Star Wars, like my body language kind of relaxed and I was watching it, enjoying it. And then, when it ended, I was like, I liked The Force Awakens. It could have been better, but it wasn't as awful as I thought it was going to be. And then the reverse happened with The Last Jedi. I went in all happy with good attitude and I sat down like, it's going to be good again. And then by about halfway through the movie, I was just like, I totally went to resting bitch face.
I've got Howling 2. I've had loads of fun with that one. Also, Dog Soldiers. Yeah.
Well, Howling 2, we discussed it the other night. That's all about Sybil Danning's boobs. So of course the professor loves Howling 2.
A lot of people liking Dog Soldiers as well. When I was in high school, I was writing a book about a cult of werewolves, but I lost the flash drive. Oh man, that's a bummer.
I've never had that happen. I'm surprised we don't hear that story from people more often, where they have some sort of cool thing that they were creating, but they lost the flash drive for it.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's a bummer, Mello.
The only thing I've heard similar to that, I mean, if for Metallica fans out there, so apparently, I don't know if you ever heard this, but apparently, Kirk Hammett had a bunch of riffs like that he would record on his phone, and then he lost his phone. So he had tons and tons of like riffs. Like he would just kind of like whenever he had an idea, he would record like something on his phone, like as a notation, and then like he lost his phone. So it was like a ton of riffs were just lost. That was before that Hardwired to Self-Destruct or Hardwired album.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering if one day those will turn up. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of thing I could see. Did you ever hear about that Wu-Tang album that they only made one copy of, and that Pharma Bro guy bought it and like he hid it?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, Wu-Tang made a special one-off album and then they auctioned it. And it was like, only rich people could bid on it because it was basically you owned the album and the distribution rights and everything. Like that became your album. So it was an investment. And that guy, what's his name, Martin Shkreli or whatever, that pharma bro who was popular a few years ago for jacking up the price of, I don't remember what it was, diabetes medicine or whatever. And that jerk off, before he went to jail, he bought the Wu-Tang album and it's just been sitting on it. It's in a safe in his house.
Wow.
So I wonder if that would ever happen with that Metallica riffs. Like in 20 years, will someone be auctioning off a whole collection of Kirk Hammett dope riffs that no one's ever heard, you know?
Wow, that's nuts. That's crazy,
Yeah.
man. What's this like? You ever heard of Power Man 5000?
Yeah.
So apparently there was an album that they released that like they pulled from shelves. It was it's the one. It was like, I think it was like Anyone for Doomsday or something like that. So they released it, but then like they pulled it for some odd reason. So like it's hard to find. And then they came out with a more punk type, not really punk, but I mean poppy punk type album later on after that. I don't know. I heard it back then, and I was just like, really? Why don't they just like leave it out there? It's might as well. Did you like Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer's Wolf? I actually really enjoy that movie.
Jack Nicholson as the Wolf is an interesting choice, but he does such a good job because he has that Nicholson vibe to him where it feels like he has a secret in all his movies anyways. So, you know, what better secret is there than I'm a werewolf?
And then you got James Spader.
Yeah. Well, him and Spader bumping heads. That's classic. That's a douchebag energy supreme.
Great Canadian me. Yes, Russell. You're a great Canadian, good sir.
I agree. It's hockey, maple syrup, Russell. That's my Canadian breakdown. And then Bret Hart.
And then Rob. There's so many good Canadians. There's awesome Canadians out there.
Hollywood North.
Yeah. Hollywood North. Thank you so much, Kara. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was just like a prototype, and then I got it fixed and everything. Like, just it was just something that, you know, again, a lot of this stuff, like I have to give credit to my wife, because I mean she really would throw a lot of like ideas at me and like, oh, why don't you try this, or why don't you think of this, and then I kind of just took that and I made it into my own, you know, like she would give, like, say something, and then I just was like, well, it got me thinking about this, and it got me thinking about this, and then like, so the idea, you know, is like I think I said in the last stream, the Horror Cat Dad part of it, she said that name, like she's like, oh well, you know, should be like Horror Cat Dad, you know, because I love horror, love cats.
Sure.
Like,
look at Horror Cat Mom giving good notes.
For the film, who forgot to hit the like button? I don't know who did forget to hit the like button.
I don't know, but I disapprove.
A t-shirt where Larry's on the couch with his cats watching a horror movie. That's a good idea. It's like switch Ellie, and then like just like the silhouettes, and then you see the TV, and like
like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing. Do the silhouettes. I like it.
That's where I went with that. That's something that I would see.
We're brainstorming here.
Well, no, it's all copyrighted now because it's on.
It's been recorded. Yeah, exactly. The intellectual property has been established.
Sorry, May, I forgot to fix that. Oh, look at that. May is like running the chat here with making everybody hit that like button. So thanks, man. You're always the true queen of the chat here. Also,
Mayanne is the moderator supreme. That's why I always point out she's the sheriff of my chats. I don't have to worry about anything as long as I got Mayanne in the chat.
No, and then that's the other thing too, man. We got to say again, you know, everybody, we're almost hitting 2 hours here, so I'm sure we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. Because I'm sure you got stuff going on. I'm gonna have to step out here in a bit too. So, I guess let me try to finish off the chat, because this looks like I'm way behind, man. I'm not keeping up here. There you go.
TP for my bunghole.
I'm drinking Point Special beer. So you want to say again what you were drinking there, Don, for Mello, since he's drinking Point Special beer?
Point Special is another, I believe it's a solely a Wisconsin brand. I think that's is it Stevens Point maybe or whatever? But I'm drinking the old Newcastle. I don't know if they even make it anymore. We've had this discussion before. It used to be a very popular beer from Newcastle, England, but then it was connected to their soccer team, and their soccer team was sold to the Saudis. And ever since then, we can't really get this in America anymore. Like it dried up. And I found some Jerkwater grocery store, an IGA in the middle of nowhere, that has it for $6 a six pack. And it used to be like my old store, it was like $10 a six pack because it was a premium import. So yeah, I don't know. I just been buying these cheap six packs of old Newcastle. And
like a rich man, right? Like that.
Yeah.
I'm
talking like Jay. Drinking
some
beers.
I'm drinking Nitro's Gentleman Relish English style brown ale. This is from a local
brown ale too. Then okay, there you go. Is that Mongo from Blazing Saddles on the cover there? It looks like Mongo. Mongo, pawn and game of life.
I wouldn't be surprised with all these, like, because it's a local brewery, Long Point, and yeah, all these local breweries, they kind of get away with like stealing stuff, so it's kind of weird.
I was on a Repo Man kick for a while. There's a beer called Repo Man, and the cover looks just like the cover of the Repo Man movie poster, except instead of Emilio Estevez, it's a skeleton man with a mohawk. But the rest is like a dude leaning against a car. It looks just like the poster for Repo Man. But yeah, some sort of weird pomegranate beer or whatever. But it was good.
Also throwing some facts: giraffes and camels walk like cats. Interesting. I didn't know that.
I always love a Russell fact.
Yeah, there you go. We have Bendel. Brody, I'm sure Brody's been busy. That's interesting, Russell. Yeah, see, man, I didn't know that. Everybody's saying hi to each other again. Saving a Farcon, I'm going to. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be going to one in May, and then another one I think in September. For now, anyway. I like in the house with y'all. Oh, thanks. That means a lot. Really, really appreciate that.
You get finger guns for that. You know what you get?
There you go.
The one. There, I knew that's what you wanted. I felt you. I saw it in your eyes. I know what you needed. I gave you the same.
It's like everybody else in the chat.
Kelly Lynch. I was like,
Man, it must be really behind. Because Cal L is here. Cal Daly, how's it going, good sir? Welcome back.
Son of Jor-El. Welcome, my friend. Superman.
Everybody's saying hi to Cal. Cal saying hi to everybody. That would be a great podcast name, The Owl and the Cat.
Whoo, meow. Whoo, meow. Whoo, meow.
So you want an alien at your home. And Matt, he's the pug. Yeah, the three blind ones.
I love Larry is such a good guy, you guys. He won't even say bitches as when he calls himself one. That's how good of a man he is. Matt Pugwall 316 dubbed Larry, me, and him the three bland bitches. Which, if you think about it, if you're gonna get dissed, it's kind of the perfect diss. It's like, yeah, I kind of have to own that one. So Larry even refuses to say dirty words at his own expense. He's such a good man. I always like when I'm outgooded by people.
Right. If you met your younger self, what advice would you give him?
Avoid Al Lucard. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous man. No, do not avoid Al Lucard. Go to his channel. Watch the nominees for YouTube Entertainer of the Month, and then vote Don or Night Owl in the comments below. No reason to vote for Mayanne. No reason to vote for Mikey's Morgue. No reason to vote for all these other great people. Don, Night Owl. That's all you need. Good talk.
For me, I don't know, man. I probably, if anything, I would probably say, trying to think, because I kind of liked how everything turned out. I mean, I feel like I kind of went through what I needed to go through to get to where I'm at right now. it's kind of hard. I mean, there's stuff that I would definitely like. I would probably be like, don't, you know, stay with this person for as long as you did. You know, that, and maybe if that, I mean, that's probably the only thing.
What I here's what the advice I give people when they ask for what wisdom I've accrued in my life. Don't be hard on yourself for your own age or anything like that. I think it was Mark Twain said the greatest surprise in a person's life is old age, because you never see it coming. It's just one day you wake up and you're the age you are and you're like, oh, I've missed a bunch of time. But in my life, I've learned, like right now, the age I'm at feels like, oh, I'm older. But in 10 years, I'll be older than this. And I'll look back and be like, you were so young and had so much energy. You should have used it. And that's how I am now. When I look back to 10 years ago and I thought, oh, at that time, I'm starting to get old. The grays are coming in and stuff. Should have just be happy with every day and don't worry about any of that stuff, because there's nothing you can do about it. And one day you'll look back at a time when you thought you were old and ugly. You'll realize how young and pretty you were. So just enjoy the moments as they are.
Oh, well, that's great advice, man. Great advice.
I'm a deep thinker. I've become very spiritual in my old age.
Man, I'm like way behind on the chat here. There's like a ton of stuff. Ninja Ninja's here. Man,
Hey, Jason,
I'm like
look at that beard.
Jason's
That man,
here.
that's facial hair. Him and Sam Elliott.
SPC is here. Man, hi guys, how's it going? Sorry, we're falling behind just on like all the conversations and stuff, trying to keep up with everybody. But welcome, guys. If y'all are still here, you know, thanks for stopping by, man. Really glad y'all are stopping by and stuff. Sean's going to be doing his live stream later, so yeah, definitely go check out Sean's live stream as well. Let's see.
What's Sean got jumping tonight? Do I even know?
It should be. Let me see. I'm trying to remember if I remember correctly. So let me see if I can see it real quick. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm like drawing a blank. I have to look it up.
That's what I was going to say. I saw tonight's rundown of live streams, because I was thinking about doing one later, and I kind of like to make sure that I'm not stepping on anybody's toes or anything. And I saw Sean's chat stream. We'll find it.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll check it out, and then why is this not coming up? But I guess if you want to look it up, man, I'm gonna kind of get to a lot of the people.
You keep chatting, my friend. You keep chatting.
Looks like Jay had to go. Take it easy, Jay. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks so much, man. He's
got legal briefs to file on my behalf.
Just rated with good time viewing, but I did rewatch Lost Boys for the first time ago. King of the Hills, subpar for the rest of Mike Judge stuff. Office Space is great. I love it. I love that one.
Sean is doing The Prowler tonight at 10
There you
p.m.
go.
That's what it was. I was trying to remember. I was thinking it was My Bloody Valentine, and I was drawing a blank, and I was like, why would he do My Bloody Valentine? Valentine's Day just passed. The Prowler is what Sean is doing tonight. There you go.
Well, I think the reason why is because and it's like me, like after I did like a double feature last year, I watched I watched My Bloody Valentine, and I watched The Prowler after, and it felt like the same movie to me.
The villains are very the same. That's why my brain jumbled them. The Prowler, I believe, is Joseph Zito, the guy that did Missing in Action and Invasion USA and Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. So the director has like a good track record.
Nice. What horror movie poster that you don't own but would you love to have hanging on your wall?
I don't own The Thing, so that would be probably the main one. I have a mini poster of it, but not the big theatrical. Especially like when I was in college, they used to have those Subway posters, like the big, huge, like we had a Scarface one in one of my college houses. You know, it's like a giant, takes up a whole wall. So yeah, if you had something like that, a cool Thing Subway poster, I'd be all for that.
That'd be nice. Oh, here we go. It's a pass because of Alyssa Milano factor. An American Carol is my worst. Nothing more frustrating than an unfunny comedy.
I've never seen an American Carol.
Alyssa Milano and Mark Dacascos are the only good things about it. Yeah, see, there's some love for Double Dragon, man. I can't.
I told you when you came out as hating it so much, that's when I was like, there are people who do like it, but it's been so long since I've seen it. I can't vote either way. I just remember the colors were real gaudy.
That's why you got to watch it, man, so you can hate it as much as I do.
Maybe that'll be maybe I'll have a hate watch along some night for it.
I'll just listen.
I agree. Kylo Ren's chest is just way too big. It's I don't know.
Really broad.
I don't want to body shame anyone. I caught myself in the middle of body shaming him. Well, that's the thing. He doesn't have man boobs. He's got like billboard chest. Like his chest is too big. Like it looks disproportionate. And then he's got like the high-waisted pants on, so it's just like his nipples are almost tucked into his pants. It's a weird chest look.
Bullet Prowler, Alyssa, Grateful and Sean. We're coming through.
Protect your neck. Yeah, see, he knows. SPC's down. Wu-Tang, it's for the children. That's my answer for things sometimes when I don't know what to say. I'll be like, well, Wu-Tang's for the children.
But it's for the children.
Yeah, you don't understand. Wu-Tang's for the children. I don't know what you want from me.
Man, I'm like really far behind here. I wish you had some of this control too, man. Let's see. Dogfish Head Brewing is a good one. I've heard of that one. I feel like I've heard of that one. Let's see. Fighting with people
Nemesis.
in the chat.
I love them. I love these people all have nemesis. I don't have any YouTube nemesis. I'm friends with everybody.
I've had that one, the Not Your Father's Root Beer. I had that once. I got really into it, but at the end of the night, I was like, man, I had like a really bad sugar rush.
They make do you guys have Woodchuck there? It's like an apple cider beer.
Mm-hmm.
They make a bunch of it. There's a bunch of different cider beers, but that's the type of thing where first you drink it and you're like, this tastes like apple juice, but I'm getting drunk. It's awesome. And then after like the third one, you're like, oh my God, no more apple juice.
So
I've got a head area.
So Mello, are you saying is that you turned 35 today? Is today your birthday?
Pretty much. Happy birthday. No, yeah. See, he feels you. Yeah, it's and when you were 23, you probably were mad that you weren't 15 anymore. You're like, oh, when I was 15, the whole world was ahead of me. And then you get to be like 30 and you're like, damn, I wish I was 23 again. And then you're like 30 and then you're like, oh, or 35 and you're like, I would kill to be 30 again. Like, so yeah, just live whatever minute you're at and just be happy with it. Longing for things that are gone will never do you any good.
Yeah, man, I tried to stop worrying about stuff I didn't have control of. I'm 35, 36 this year. I'll be 42 this year.
I'm in the summer. I will turn 50.
Wow.
Yeah, the antioxidant. I learned from Keith Richards. Just do a lot of hard drugs. It'll keep you young. Brody, don't listen to me. Brody, do not listen to me. Or turkeys. Anywhere. Brody and turkeys. Don't pay attention to anything I said today.
I didn't see Kara that she was leaving. So night, Kara. Have a good one. If I missed you saying goodbye, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for being here pretty much through the whole stream.
Yeah, Kara's great people. I met her through Video Tasty. She's a fun addition to the group.
Yeah,
she's
been super nice. Yeah, there's a stream for tonight, guys, for Sean. So definitely go check that out. He's going to be doing the Prowler. Great. I'm sure it's going to be great. He's going to have Juno, Russell, Texas Russell, the other Russell.
Yeah, we got a lot of Russells.
Mm-hmm. That's why we had like 2 Russells. There was 2. Who else? I was saying this the other day too.
Is it Russell Dorsey? I think is the other one. Russell, and then there's Russell Dorsey maybe, and then our buddy Tex, who's also Russell.
And then let's see. See, you man.
Everybody's all confused now. Just say yes, Mello. Just be like, "Yep." Just send your gifts to. I'll post your link in the chat. I was just in my 20s and now I'm 98. May is older than the sands. She.
It's this life, man. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
It's your secret to 98 players. Tell us all, man. We all need to know. But I guess we've been going for 2 hours, man. So I don't want to keep you any longer. We should probably cut it short or cut it at this point. Do you have anything you want to plug or anything coming up?
Right now the plan is to do a stream tonight, but as I mentioned earlier, that we are having a bit of inclement weather. So the idea that I might have issues later on tonight, because that happened the other night. I went to go stream something and the Wi-Fi was spotty. And I know last night during Roadhouse a couple times the audio kind of jumped around. The whole streaming from hotel Wi-Fi to StreamYard, then to YouTube, there ends up being funkiness occasionally. So depending on tech issues, I may be watching something tonight. Otherwise, I'll for sure be watching something tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe to Night Owl Movie Talk and stalk my channel like it was the hottest person you've ever seen.
Exactly. And then you can see the other episodes of In the House as well and his other live streams,
Yes, that right on my page, the front page when you go to Night Owl Movie Talk, there's a playlist that I keep running of the previous of this now current 4. I also do any of my collaborations that take place on other channels. So if you would like to see me on Gareth's channel or me on Rob's Vintage Video or watching The Carpenter with our friend Pugwall or watching Videodrome with Larry and Pugwall. So you can find all that right on the front page of my channel.
Awesome. Mikey's here.
There's Mikey. We love it when Mikey drops by. I'm trying to do a quick scroll and make sure we didn't miss anything awesome. Monroy is there.
Mm-hmm. Monroy, thanks again for coming, brother. Alyssa Milano was good in Fear, especially that one scene. I'm sure Macabro knows which one I'm talking about. I just left my 20s behind. Now I feel 98.
And I think I'm going to get out and grab some beer and some pizza. But that means when I get home, I'm going to probably try to get on Sean's stream. So if you'd like to chat with Larry and I, there's a good chance one of us will end up being in that Cinephile Sanity stream for the Prowler later. That's our guy.
I guess. Mikey, thanks for stopping by, man. I'm glad that you showed up, brother. You got to catch us. I know there's been times before where you haven't been able to catch us on the live. So on that note, man, I think that's a good way to end it for us to get Mikey here with us at the end. So everybody, thanks again for stopping by. Huge thanks again. And as I said before, if you want to be in the
other side. There you go. We're the worst. We're so bad at this. I can't believe how bad we are at this.
But what I was thinking, if you want to be in the running for the giveaway, for the DVD giveaway of Kevin and Dr. Caligari, go to the comment section and comment down below, and I'll do the drawing at some point.
Below. Sorry, Degeneration X has ruined my life.
So you get one of these, and you get one of these.
You get one of these, and you get one of these. And you get one of these.
And then final thing from Queen Mayan. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much again.
I think that's perfect. Much love, everyone. Green grass and high tides forever.
All right, guys. Take it easy, guys.
Bye, everyone.